Look at her, she's, oh my god, she's drawing on the treasure. Angeliki, what are you doing? Are you drawing on the door? Hey guys, so OPKs are done for cycle number 3. And yeah, this cycle is feeling very positive. I don't know, just yeah. So I could, you know me, I can ramble for ages, so I'm going to show you my OPKs first, and then we're going to get into what we did this cycle and how I'm feeling and generally a bunch of stuff I want to tell you guys. So let's have a look at the OPKs. So as usual, I started at cycle day 11. I did my first OPK. I used the first response as well as the cheapies I got, and then I also used the clear blue digital, which I'll show you guys in a second. So I started getting, my line started getting darker, darker, and darker. Cycle day 14 was when I got my first positive on the cheapie. I didn't expect to get a positive because I didn't get one last cycle. But even though, I don't know if you can even see, can you? Yeah, you can. So the line got darker, so it was my first positive on the first response as well as on the cheapie. Then cycle day 15, which was when I was ovulating, the first response is way darker, and the line on the cheapie is also there still. And then, as you can see, on cycle day 16, the line vanished completely on the cheapie. It still continues to be dark on the first response. It does that to me. It's been doing that for the past 2 cycles as well, so I don't know. And these are today's. So again, the cheapie is gone, and first response is getting a bit lighter, I think, now. So I think the cheapies worked this month. Like, yeah. And then I also have, okay. Now, as per usual, we do not look at the digitals because the lines could be there, but it's not. In my case, clearly, for practical reasons, I keep them because it's kind of obvious that there's a line. So, where are we? Let me just put them in order. Okay. So as you can see, cycle day 11, 12, 13, there's pretty much nothing there. And then cycle day 14, it's pretty obvious there's a line. Pretty obvious. So I got my smiley face on cycle day 14, meaning that I probably ovulated on cycle day 15. So those are my tests. So the cheapies worked this cycle. I don't know, like I was shocked when I saw the line. I was like, okay. So I did get my positive. I have realized, thanks to the OPKs and as well as the way I'm feeling, I ovulate on cycle day 15 and I actually have a 13-day luteal phase. So that's something new. I always have had 28-day cycles, and so I automatically kind of thought that I had a 14-day luteal phase so that I would ovulate on cycle day 14. But as it turns out, that's not the case because I ovulate on cycle day 15 and I always get my period at 14 DPO. So yeah, 13-day luteal phase. That's something, you learn new things all the time. So, having said that, now I got my smiley face cycle day 14 as per usual, and we had quite a bit of fun this cycle. So I'm feeling way more positive, way more hopeful. We did actually go into this cycle way more positive because I realized that we were putting a lot of pressure on ourselves, both me and my husband, considering we got pregnant so quickly with Angel. I basically conceived on the first try. It was like, we just kind of calculated using like the ovulation calculator, but these are my 5 fertile days, and that was it. Like, I didn't use OPKs, I didn't, like, there was nothing else other than, okay, so this is like when I should be fertile, let's go. So we got pregnant really quickly, and that automatically meant that there was a lot of stress and a lot of like pressure on us the first cycle, especially because we thought we would pretty much conceive straight away, and that didn't happen. And we didn't really talk about it then. We went on to cycle number 2. and that was also not successful. So that's when it kind of started getting a bit like, why aren't we getting pregnant? What's going on? Why were we able to conceive so quickly the first time? So we actually had a bit of a chat with my husband and kind of expressed our emotions and expressed our thoughts. And we realized that we were both stressing and we were both worried about why we weren't conceiving as quickly as the first time. And so we kind of realized that a healthy couple takes about 12 months to conceive. It's not when the angel in the background as per usual, doing her thing. So a healthy couple could take up to 12 months to get pregnant, meaning we were stressing pretty much for no reason at this point, other than the fact that we had something to compare to. So there are couples who decide to try for a baby and it could take them 6 months, could take them a bit longer. Kind of depends, just naturally and just with no other issues. And the fact that we were actually trying to conceive baby number 2 at this point, having had conceived and having had a baby previously, means that automatically we were comparing that pregnancy to anything I was feeling now. So I kind of got caught up in that, especially because I would overanalyze anything I was feeling during the 2-week wait, which you do normally, but I was overanalyzing. And the problem I think with my brain at this point is that it knows what it felt like to be pregnant. So it kind of creates symptoms and things where they shouldn't be. So we kind of went into this with a very, very different mindset. We went into it way more positive. We had fun. That was the number one thing that I loved about this cycle, was that we had fun. We had fun while we were trying to conceive, and it was just great, which I have to say I feel is the main reason I'm feeling so positive now, because I know that we tried. I know that we did our best, and it's okay. Even if we don't conceive this month, it's okay. We'll try again next cycle and we're gonna have fun doing it. It's just like taking that weight of the fact that, oh, we conceived quickly, why aren't we conceiving now? Every pregnancy is different. Bodies change. I haven't been looking after myself as much since having my baby, since Angel basically. Look at her, she's, oh my god, she's drawing on the touch. Angeliki, what are you doing? Are you drawing on the door? She's taken to drawing over every single wall in the house. Angeliki! So now that we've dealt with that, our little artist, yeah. So we took the pressure off. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong just because we aren't conceiving yet. There is no reason to compare to previous pregnancy. What are you doing? So yeah, with that pressure off our shoulders, we realized that we were able to have fun, and we realized that it's just, yeah, we're able to feel more positive and just kind of wait to see what happens and if we can see this cycle or if we're going to go into another cycle. I started looking after myself more. I've started eating better. I've started working out. So yeah, it's kind of, it's a funny thing because there are women who try to conceive, who've been trying for years, and they're still trying for baby number 1, and it's really, really difficult, and just it kind of drives you crazy after a point. And then you also have, on the other side of the spectrum, you have women who have already had 1 baby and they're trying for a 2nd or a 3rd, and you have something to compare it to. So when you have a comparison, that can also get extremely difficult. Can you even hear this? What are you doing? What you doing? I'm contemplating potty training, so that's what that is. Okay, someone's getting overexcited. So I am going to leave you guys with that thought that this month has been, well, cycle, actually not month necessarily. So cycle number 3, positive. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling, I mean, it's just 2 DPO, so I can't be feeling anything other than positive at this point. But yeah, I feel positive about this cycle. I feel like it might be our cycle. I'm not gonna like force myself to think negatively and that, you know, no, I'm not gonna be pregnant. So no, I am hopeful. I don't necessarily feel pregnant, but I am hopeful that it was a successful cycle and that we have conceived and conception has been done. I don't know. I'm positive. That's the basic thing. Positivity, and you have to be positive. If you're not positive, yeah, your mental state is very, very important. So, that being said, I am once again going to say that I'm going to try and not test at 7 dBO. See, the problem, it comes back to the comparison thing where I got a super faint positive with Angel at 10 dBO. So crazy faint. And this was a test that was of a higher sensitivity, like it wasn't as sensitive. It was nowhere close to sensitivity of a first response. So now that I do have a first response, it's just my brain keeps telling me that I could get a positive way sooner, because my 11 dBO positive in the afternoon was like crazy dark on a pregnancy test that needed you to be more far along. So I remember I got on the digital, yeah, so my digital at 12 dBO actually said 2 to 3 weeks, basically. So that was, yeah. So automatically my brain tells me that you can test earlier because you have a first response and it's more sensitive, so you could catch it sooner, without really thinking that every pregnancy is different and HCG could go way differently depending on each pregnancy. So I'm basically setting myself up for failure with 7 dBO. Now, as most of you may know, the ones that have been with me from the beginning, from cycle number 1, I'm probably not going to be able to not test at 7 dBO. I will try. I will try. I mean, I will try. You know what I'm saying? I will try. Because this cycle, I'm also not using... So I haven't ordered the cheapies. I'm just going to use the cheapie strips that I already have. Since the ovulation ones worked, I'm thinking I can give the pregnancy tests another shot. So I got the cheapies. I have ordered a bunch of like first response and clear blue pregnancy tests. However, 7 dBO, 8 dBO, and 9 dBO, I think I'm only going to use a first response and a cheapie. Nothing else. I'm not going to go crazy because last cycle I definitely went crazy, like bad crazy. So I'm going to use a first response and a cheapie. And from 10 dBO going forward, depending on, of course, if I see another line as well. Like there's so many things that could happen up to then, but if I haven't seen anything at 10 dBO, I would be willing to start using it, different tests, and just kind of, you know, seeing how that goes. But yeah, this cycle, I'm just trying to have fun and trying to enjoy the process of trying to conceive, basically, in all its phases. And I have a grumpy baby over here, or toddler at this point. What are you doing? She's just lying on the floor being grumpy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, no. Mommy. Yeah. Mommy. What's wrong? Of course you can write, friend. What is wrong? There you go. And that is so bad, but it's the only way she lets me do pretty much anything. So we have an old iPhone that she kind of plays with whilst I either film or get some chores done and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave you guys on a positive note. I'm going to leave you guys on what we're doing. Today is Wednesday. Next video will be Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday, 7 dBO. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's just be real. So we got this. We definitely got this. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.